For recorded, it's some recorded.
I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry.
I think she's saying to please start the recording when you're ready.
Yes.
Yeah, I will as soon as we get the YouTube started. It won't start right now, so I'm just gonna try it a couple of times, and we may have to stop the YouTube or something. I'm not sure if it's up yet. It didn't show in my.
I show in my phone.
It shows that it's working in the.
The YouTube, yes.
Okay, for some reason it won't play it from my end. Okay, I'm just going to assume that that's okay and we're recording there. So let's start the recording. Thank you.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come The time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving to create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul. We compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection. Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear. which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 366 One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. This is a production of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, Education Department, and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I will be your host once again in this weekly series of workshops. It's been ongoing for many years now, and we are joined once again with members and support members of the Universal Council who are presenting today's show. So let me get the presentation ready here, and we will begin.
Thank you, my dear Rick.
Shweta. Hi, Shweta.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. All the love always to you, my dear Rick. Thank you. And I welcome you, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here in India, we say Suswagatam to the beautiful, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome, welcome to the beautiful energy of the universal souls, all we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the beautiful energies of love, where all souls exist, the beauty and totality. Welcome, welcome here in Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute and organization. I just want to say that a few words that we came here from thousands of years. We came embedded with this message that we have to fight. We have to fight every time, and then we get peace. You know, from thousands of years, we became avatar of our own, and we came here on this with Mother Earth. We thought that we have to fight again. We have to fight again. But this time, my dear beautiful souls, we came as messenger of peace. This is the beauty. And when we came, we always came here, and we have grown in the womb of Mother Earth. She nourished us, and she always was, is, and will be proud of us. But we forgot in the great forgetting. We turned our world upside down. But now, even now, she welcomes. She says that, my dear beautiful children, come home. It was always there for you. Here, you have no suffering, no pain. It's only love and beauty and peace. She's she still, loves us so much in spite of what we have done. Then we are coming back as she's welcoming again. Come back. Join together. Come back to her. And I will say, Bande Mataram. Salute to Mother Earth. Salute to the Mother. Thank you. Salam, Namaste. Salute, beautiful souls, for being here always. Thank you.
Next, we have the wishes, and I'll remind our audience we'll have a full minute of silence to reflect on each of the wishes. I believe Stephania should be doing the first one here.
Yes, Reactor, thank you so much. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, it's okay. Thank you.
Perfect. So I'm gonna start with the first wish. With the Universal Council, create condition to prepare all soul in existence to join the universal community.
We, the Universal Council, decide and give through our soul the elevation of all souls in existence, so that they might live in peace with the ethos of the Creator, ethos of the Mitra. Our wish is our command.
We, the Universal Council, give through our soul all the love and support to all souls in existence in this transition time.
And next we have the soul connection with Stefania.
Okay, good afternoon and good evening. Thank you so much to be here today. I'm Stefania and I'm representing the Italian language for the Universal Council. So shall I read this one? Join the soul of man with the soul of physicality by speaking this word in this moment. I love you, my soul. I leave you. No, alive, leave you. And I love you. I love with you and adore you. Okay. And then you can see what the soul will give back. If we can go to the next slide. Okay, so this one is the soul connection. The soul connection, it's a time where we practice the connection of the soul, as the word say. So it's very powerful way that the soul, as you know, is inside us. And we're all connected through the souls. So this is a moment where we practice this connection. So usually you can find a quiet place, but even if you're in a noisy place, it's okay because you should be able to uh, connect to in any time, any place, any moment. So not everybody it's got the luxury to be in a silence place um, all the time when they're doing the soul connection. So actually, it's a good practice to make this connection in even in the middle of a chaos, even in the middle of war. So that is a skill. So it's where you always find peace, even in the most difficult situation. That is what we try to learn. What we definitely is my goal. My goal is to be in peace at any time because it's easy to be in peace when everything goes well, but it's very difficult to keep the peace when things don't go very well. When you maybe you have some discussion with your family member or your partner. Usually, the people close to you are the one where sometimes it's most difficult to keep the peace, especially in the house. In the house, it will be definitely a good habit to um, when you when you go home to keep all your problems outside the house and really have the habit to use a home like a sacred place, like when you go into church or when you go into a temple. That should be the same of your house. So it's very challenging sometimes to um make peace in the house at home. But yeah, we're here to learn and we're here to practice, and practice make perfect. So we just have to keep going, do our best, don't worry about the rest. So let's go on with the practice. So I will speak Italian because we decided to do the soul connection on each native group because when I'm talking on my own language, um, Italian in this case, at the soul level, you are more connected, you have a better connection with your own mother tongue. So for this reason, I will start the soul connection. But if you don't speak English, don't worry. Just um, definitely it's good not to speak. But even if you speak, you have to find a way to connect. So we're gonna have a few minutes where we're gonna connect at the soul level. Ok, I'm starting in Italian now. Ok, buon pomeriggio a tutti. Questa è la connessione dell'anima, la dirò nella lingua italiana. E come dicevo prima, dobbiamo trovate un posto dove non sia troppo rumoroso, ma se non riuscite a trovare un posto che è tranquillo, vedete se riuscite a trovare la pace dentro di voi mentre fate questa connessione. È molto importante che non pensiate, quando cercate di non pensare a niente, e cercate di focalizzarvi o sul respiro o su una foto di qualcuno. E, praticheremo questa connessione dell'anima perché l'anima comunque è dentro di noi e connettendoci con l'anima è un esercizio che ci permette di diventare più forti all'interno. Quindi adesso iniziamo la connessione dell'anima. Grazie. Ok. Mm. Potete tornare indietro, adesso piano piano vi aprite gli occhi, se li avevate chiusi o o se non li avete aperti va bene lo stesso. E spero che vi è piaciuta questa pratica e vi consiglio di praticarla tutti i giorni. Grazie. Thank you everybody to participate to the Soul Connection. Um, it's always good to not to think when because when you think you are not at the soul level. So, and to do that, it takes practice because everyone, definitely when you're in silence, your mind will go everywhere, but you always bring it back. You bring it back to a quiet place. That also will improve your focus, your concentration. Um, Also, because you don't think or you don't speak, then it's it means you are not at the soul level. You're not at the physical level. Sorry, you're not at the physical level. So you're more connecting with everything and everyone. So I hope you enjoy. Please practice in your own time. Practice every time you can. This is the good things about the soul connection. What I like about the soul connection is that it's free. You don't need money to practice. It's always with you, your soul, and you always can connect with everyone, anyone, anytime. So it's very good things that it will empower us, empower you. Okay, we can go to the next slide. I'm here. I'm also covering this slide as well. So this is the invitation from the Universal Council. Okay, invite all the Keshe family and the Universal family to unify the soul level every time and every day at 9 p.m. CET time to elevate the soul of all the leaders to achieve a permanent and lasting peace as part of the soul and peace and totality. This is also another very important appointment that you can practice. Again, you don't have to be in a quiet place. You don't have to be anywhere particularly. But if you put your alarm clock to remember and to remind you at 9 p.m. you can just connect like we just did today. And I really again, I invite everyone to participate. First of all, because we're all over the world now, knowledge seekers are all over the world. So by connecting, we can make this grid of energy at the soul level. And then together we can focus specifically, like in this case, to elevate the soul leader. So if you can imagine, if we can elevate the soul leader, then that will easily make us to achieve peace. Okay, thank you so much, and we can go to the next slide. Thank you.
Yes, just bear with me a second here.
I thought you changed the screen because you wanted to say to me to hurry up.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, go.
Yeah, I finished. Yeah, perfect. So the commandment, I think, is Joseph.
Before that, I believe, just get my schedule lined up here again. There's, we have a video from the 500 and, I think it's from the 576 Knowledge Seekers Workshop, and it's an excerpt that Mark has put together. And here it is. Okay. Let me get that set up and I'll play it. And this is about I would like to be a member of the Universal Council. And this is the response or recommendation. Okay, just a second while I get the sharing correct. And here we go.
There's something which I should have made announcement. As we are structuring in a new development of Keshe Foundation, is worldwide application and implication. As we set up the structure for Universal Council, a number of Universal Council members have become old and they reach the age of 60, and they served during the 60 years they are there till 61. They to run the functionality of the operation of the what we call energy dimension, the Universal Council members, if you want to become, please consider and let your soul decide of many languages around the world, as these will be announced very soon internationally. And we expect the souls to serve. And if it's from the knowledge seekers who understand the technology with dimension of the soul, you can apply for to be added to and become a member of the Universal Council. The Earth Council is appointed by the Keshe Foundation on the grounds of true structure of the nationality. Understanding the culture that there is no prejudice by physical dimension of the borders. And so if you feel your soul is there to serve humanity in expansion and the growth of it, just apply for it at the Keshe Foundation or send the email to info@keshe.foundation. Say I would like to be a member of the Universal Council. We receive this regularly, and now we're going to expand this very rapidly due to what is to come and what is to be done. Thank you very much for today, and we'll meet you next week, which is a very funny day to have a teaching on the 13th next week, but it'll bring its own joy. Thank you very much, Rick, and hope we see you next week.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Keshe. Okay, that was our excerpt from the 576 Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
Yes,
And
my dear Rick, I will add that please do join the Universal Council. As Universal Council support and Universal Council members, so that the services to humanity, to all souls in existence, will be so much wonderful, easy, and in peaceful way, so that every community, every nook and corner of this world, of this planet we know, get the services of love, peace, and light. I do welcome all souls, those who are willing to serve from the core of their heart and soul. Please do join the Universal Council support membership and the Universal Council membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, I would like to add also that will be once up. So if your soul, if you feel like you want to apply for the Universal Council, please do. The application form will be is in the website of the Keshe Foundation. But please be patient, because there is a lot of waiting, because we are, as you know, the staff. It's the staff. We're really not many people, and we're always doing a lot of work in the background. So we apologize in advance if you're gonna wait for the reply. But please, if you feel like you would like to be part of the Universal Council for your own language, please do the application, and they will go back in contact with you. Thank you. I don't know if Lisbeth want to add anything, or anyone want to add anything.
Stefania, hi, it's Dean here.
Hi,
I'd just
Dean.
like to say hi, Stefania. I'd just like to say a few things to everybody that is present and who's going to listen to this, whether it's now, in the next moment, or in this moment. That connection to the soul of everything that is, being present in the moment and understanding the true essence of being a soul present on planet Earth, with and beyond. It's not just planet Earth, but it is the Universal Council. And one thing that I found, when you become part of this, when you understand the pure beauty of the soul of man within the structure of man, and you actually with intention put yourself forward from your language, and there are countless languages on this planet, that can be represented by the soul. And then once you represent your language, you become that center point, that soul that stands there, that shines very brightly, that will then feed the whole of the language that you represent. And all the souls will feed back into you and make your wishes and your intentions for the whole of your language. So it's a very beautiful position to become present for, to understand the beauty of what you represent as a soul, of the creation, of the totality of everything. And if your soul has brought you to this position and you're listening to these words that that many people have spoken today, then you will understand that your soul is positioning you for you to be present, for your language to represent it, and then to receive from the soul all the intention and wishes from the other Universal Council members that will feed into your soul. And then you will feed that into the souls of your language. And it's very powerful. You feel it, you'll sense it, you'll understand it, and you will elevate, and you will elevate the others. And this is how the process works. This is how the beauty of the soul works, from an atom to a universe. And we're all part of it. None of us are higher and none of us are lower. We're all part of this one planet, one soul, one nation, one race. And we're all part of it. And no one, no matter what you believe, is higher and no one is lower. So if you feel that soul essence and you feel that calling and you know you feel it inside yourself, you'll know it. Then step forward, become a member for your language, represent your language and bring the beauty of your soul forward so that all the souls can receive the knowledge and the wisdom and the beauty that you have about the cultural aspects of your community, of your nation. And then when we join all these nations together, we are that peace. There's no more war inside. We end this and we begin this cycle of the beauty of the soul of man present in physicality, but connected to the energy pack of the soul that is unlimited and present for all to share. So hopefully you will receive the message and become part of this community. Thank you, Stefania. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, I can ask little words. Thank you. Yes, please ask to your soul. To you is available for serve to your community, represent to your community, know in your own language. When you represent your community, you give the emotion, your culture and your language. But not only for your language, because for example in America have many countries the same language, but you represent your community in each country for each language. Please do to serve others. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. It's Dean here again. I'd just like to say Elizabeth is very correct in what she says there. So as an Englishman speaking the English language, but the English language is spoken in many, many different dialects, in many, many different ways, as all the languages on planet Earth are. There are many dialects of a language, and they all have a slight different flavor. But the essence of the beauty of what you possess comes forward, and we need this connection of the souls. And the language is a beautiful way to connect the souls to the understanding that we have, so that we can elevate and bring about this this condition the condition of the beauty of joining the universal community. So thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you very much.
Please, next, Rick, thank you.
Next, we have the commandments with Joseph.
Hello, my name is Joseph. I'm one of the helpers, and we decided to bring the commandments again. And as an introduction, I will read some segments that Mr. Keshe has given us. I start with the first segment. I have seen you putting up the commandments. But what is commandments? Now that we understand the structure of the soul, are these commandments in the level of the soul of the man or in the dimension of physicality? As we said, all the commandments are given for the elevation of the soul, but at the time it could not be said. So only the physical parts was ever taken on and was explained or was of the interest to man. And why do we call them commandments? Why do we actually take decisions and live by a command? In many ways, should not our soul be aware of it, be part of it? That it need not a commanding, or have we been so isolated from our souls that we needed something, somebody, somewhere to tell us what we actually are supposed to do with our souls? All the commandments from A to Z are part of what we call structures, building of what we call work of the soul. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not do this, and if you steal something physically. But if you steal from your soul, what do you do with that? How do we recognize it? What is the elevation of it? Or what is the position of it? And when you go through commandments, you got to see why. As I said in the teachings, original teachings, why we only receive a fraction of it. What was the intention of the giver? And what was the intention of the one who received to give? And as we see with the way the 10 commands came, was stolen from. And the behavior of just giving what might has become the habit of the same process. In the scientific world, in the DNA operation, we say if something stays within 25 years, within the operation of the work, it becomes part of the DNA. It will find a permanent position. If you are born and you have a twisted ankle in a specific way, and after 25 years you have a child, most probably you transfer that, and the child will have that defect. It will be the same with knowledge of it. If you are usually highly intelligent and have a child in late 40s or 50s, usually children show certain patterns of behavior, of knowledge and intellect. Then one thing I explained to this to some Jewish people some long time ago. I said, you see, the habit of Moses, because the time he lasted and through this process, and his children who saw it from the beginning, has become part of the nature of the Jewish community. If you look at the behavior, you see the behavior and the commandments mainly was given to Moses to correct him. That by him correcting himself, he will find correct conduct with his people. But he actually stole from the beginning, and he never stopped. And he, instead of learning what was done to him, he did worse to the people he was supposed to be the savior of. And to all the people around him. So the commandments had no meaning. It was given to him once they passed the position of transition from the time he was messenger till he chose the dimension of physicality. And we see this in so many ways, laying out the dimensions of understanding of the commandments. If you go through them step by step. In so many ways, the commandment which was given and the one we saw and we completed it now is in essence a way of living in a dimension of physical life through operation of the soul of the man and cannot be changed. And every single one of them is about the soul of the man, the behavior of the soul of the man and the conduct of itself. If you go one by one through the commandments and you read them, you will see is nothing but the elevation of the soul. Continuously is to elevate. Because when you go to the dimension of physicality, physical life, the meaning of it. The 10 which is accepted is for the physical dimension, but in reality it's part of the elevation of the soul itself. Do you want to analyze it one by one? We can analyze it one by one. But in the near future time, when we get more elevated with the understanding of the operation of the soul, as we are going now, you will find different dimensions of understanding for the commandments. Because you will understand more in the structure, more of what it is to be and what it is to exist in. It's reading it and understanding from the soul point of view. No more from the man physical point of view. Man has matured not to steal physicality. Now man has got to mature not steal emotionally. And then man has to mature not to steal at the soul level. We got a problem teaching people not to steal physically. Now you can imagine it has taken how many thousands of years, how many prophets, and they still do it. And then now we got to teach them how not to steal emotionally. When you steal from emotion, it has a punishment. The punishment is you cannot reach to the level of the soul in the dimension of physicality. You don't need no prophet to be enlightened with the light of the Creator and become the creator of the light yourself. Your soul is the mirror image of the soul of the Creator. It depends how you turn the angle of that mirror. that how bright the light of the soul of the man will shine. And that mirror is the physicality of the man, which reflects the light of the soul of the man. The more you become aligned with the correct, what I call path of life, the more the line of the sun becomes in line with the sun of the soul of the man and shines the same as the light of the Creator. I made man in the image of myself. You need the mirror to see the image. And you need to have a mirror which is the physicality of the man, to understand the position and the conduct of the soul of the man in respect to its physicality and the soul of the Creator. Blessed are those souls who understood. So maybe it was a bit much, but if you want, you can go through the recording again. We have planned to get one commandment per session. So we have the 10 commandments that are the physical, that were brought by Moses, and we have 14 additional. Altogether, they are 24. And we will bring up one each week, and we will go a little bit deeper into it. And hopefully many of you can add something, and also maybe to give us some experience with one or the other situation. So thank you, and we are looking forward to understand more and more of the commandments. Thank you.
Next, we have the questions and answers with the Universal Council with Claudia and Marie. And they have their gathering every Saturday, first Saturday of the month, which in February was the 1st of February. And okay, let me get that prepared. And they're on the third question this time around, and begins at about 49 minutes into their program. Okay, I'll share that now.
So then we are on question 3. When Mr. Keshe tells us in his teachings about emotions, my question relates to the movements of the Earth and the planets. Could certain movements help us with physicality?
Então vamos para a terceira pergunta. Quando o Sr. Keshe nos fala em seus ensinamentos sobre emoções, minha pergunta se relaciona aos movimentos da Terra e dos planetas. Certos movimentos poderiam nos ajudar com a fisicalidade?
And the first answer, yes. As all the magnets move according to one's new position, planets are no exception.
A resposta é sim. Assim como todos os ímãs se movem de acordo com a nova posição de os planetas não são exceção.
And there is another answer. Every movement helps with physicality, as movement is life.
Todo movimento ajuda na fisicalidade, já que movimento é vida.
And there is another answer. Different movements gives different interactions. When you move, the fields you receive will be different. The same is for the planets and the Earth. It gives different fields of interaction. We are living in a superfields with different spectrums of strength. Sure, it will change you because you are yourself a plasma being.
Movimentos diferentes proporcionam interações diferentes. Quando você se move, os campos que você recebe serão diferentes. O mesmo acontece com planetas e a Terra. Isso gera diferentes campos de interações. Estamos vivendo como em uma sopa de campos com diferentes espectros de força. Certamente isso mudará você. Você próprio é um ser de plasma, porque você é um próprio ser de plasma.
And then we are on the fourth question.
All right, the fourth question will wait until next week. And thank you, Claudia and Marie, for your presentation. Okay, we'll go back to our slides. And I believe now we have the knowledge and understanding from the 577th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. And I will play a background image and some music while Shweta talks about it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, my dear. The knowledge and understanding, the key to everything, to understand our ability to grow in a way in the realm of beauty and totality. How? After long, long years of teaching by beautiful teachers of Keshe Foundation, my lovely, lovely, beautiful soul, Shriman Mehran ji, and Keshe, you call, that the purpose we are here to connect with each other. That has been forgotten from beyond. And with this knowledge, with this understanding of the knowledge, we can connect with each other. We can understand each other to create the balance for this time of transmutation, transition, and transformation. How the soul works. This has been scientifically proven here in Keshe Foundation. We can tell people when somebody asks me, so confident became me. Like, we understand how to create the balance. When I was, it was a time that we were searching, everywhere we are searching for this key, this knowledge. And when the knowledge was given, we became more in balance, understanding how our heart works, how our soul works, how the bridge between the soul and the heart grows. And we can see now it's all about merging it with each other. No bridge anymore, merge. So here I can say that, and in this knowledge seeker workshop, in this transmutation sessions also, I will say, many beautiful souls are experiencing how the soul works. We see the colors, we see what I can say, see the I am and we are, how it works. So much confident became we are, that we know that when we, if a physicist says that, what is quantum reality? This is the quantum reality we are. We can come through and sometimes we use the word ascent, or come through that torsion field to this new an ascending energy, a beautiful energy, a beautiful way with Mother Earth, of course. The way we were thousands of years ago, now coming to this transmuted form, or we can say where we were the ancient beings we were, the ancient beings we were, and so we are. Somebody came to. I apologize. The ancient soul we are now. We are connected, understanding, knowing with the knowledge. Now, a few years back, I can say that I can talk about spirituality and talk about, soul and awakening and all. But I didn't understand how it works, how it comes out, how it manifests in a way as you are. Now I can say that I know. I know my soul. I adore my soul. I love you, my soul. I can say that. How? I can also explain that. And a mere housewife I am. We all became this beautiful, beautiful scientist, we can say. We can say that now. We don't know, we don't need any degree for that anymore. We can click on our balance and understanding and say, yes, this is the way. How we transmuted from that to this beauty and totality, my dear beautiful soul. So, as a knowledge seeker, we understood now how to be a soulful, a heart full of love, a being merged with all beings of this planet and this universe, coming out, giving, serving, ready to serve for all souls that is in existence. That is the purpose of all of us. That is the purpose of all of us. The trap has been vanished. Now we have to understand who needs what. So this who includes all souls in existence. My dear beautiful souls, here in India we call Jivatma, the Atma, Jivan with prana, with life, the soul with life. So thank you. This is the understanding we all have. And well, for this position, I mean this level of understanding we came, I again I will use the word fortunate, and I again thank you, deep gratitude from the core of my heart and soul to all the beautiful teachers, knowledge seekers of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Thank you, my dear. Be in love always. Be in this understanding. Be in this peacefulness, because this time we came as messengers of peace. So peace is there, and our mother is here for this peace. She is, and peace should be. Thank you, my dear beautiful soul.
Thank you, Sweta. If I may, it's Dean here again. I'd just like to add a little bit of knowledge, if that's okay. Would that be okay, Sweta?
Welcome, my dear. Welcome.
Okay, so in the 577th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, Mr. Keshe was talking about how we can bridge the gap of understanding between a neutron a proton, an electron. So this is like the fundamental elements. And he was comparing it with the next stage, which would be the solar man, the solar physicality, and then the physicality. And Mr. Keshe was drawing this in a very specific way. So he started off with the neutron, then the proton, then the electron. And then he drew the soul, the solar physicality, and then the physicality being the electron. And then in the third part, he was then going into the understanding of the matter state slightly more, which was like the three layers of the skin of man. And so you have the inner layer, then you have the middle layer, and you have the outer layer. And Mr. Keshe was saying and went on in great detail about how we would find that science has reached a position of understanding in the matter state. And the matter state would be obviously in the position of the three layers of the skin of man. And they would also understand part of the creation of the neutron, proton, and electron. Where science sometimes draws a line is when it doesn't quite understand the energy side of the soul and the solar physicality and the physicality. And it's this crossover that we need to establish this connection with. So when we're dealing with just the physicality, the electron, and we're dealing with just the physical side, we are staying in the matter state condition, and we're not connecting with the plasma side, that crossover, which is the soul and the solar physicality in the physicality. So that neutron, proton, electron is like the energy side, the scientific side that man has come to understand part of. The world of energy, as Mr. Keshe said. The world of plasma is like half and half. So this would be the soul, the solar physicality, and the physicality. And science of man has been playing not in the crossover point. So it's been playing, as I said earlier, in the physicality. And when we come to understand and use the soul of man, and this Mr. Keshe was making the analogy with all sorts of people like engineers and scientists, theologists, many people, doctors, they have this, they're living and examining and doing everything in the matter state, the three layers of the skin of man, which is the inner, middle, and outer, and the outer being the electron, the middle being the proton, and the inner being the neutron. So when we start to use the soul, we can cross over and start to manifest and create different energy sources. We are creating and using the energy not just in the neutron, proton, electron, but in the soul of physicality, the physicality, and the soul of man. And those three layers of the physical side of the skin, that when we interact with them with the soul of physicality, and particularly the soul, we can start to manifest and do many different things in the world of physicality using the energy source of man's understanding in the world of energy. So this was a brief, from my understanding of some of the things that Mr. Keshe said, and there's many ways to say this. But the beauty of the knowledge, and this was a big one for me, I found that I needed to learn this to be able to distinguish this and to be able to share this, because I think it's a very big bridge for humanity to come to know. And for me, that connection was established the moment Mr. Keshe started speaking about this. And as usual, Mr. Keshe would write it in a very specific way, and it would be very difficult to follow. But the reality is that it's teaching the knowledge and for us to fill in the gaps, that big space gap, that big part of knowledge that is always been present, but we need to take up the position to share the knowledge. So hopefully this has done some of it. So thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, Shweta, and thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you so, so much. Thank you.
Okay. Let me see here. Are we back on? Where are we? We have, I have on my list that Dean and Stefania were doing the invitation to the scientists to be part of the Keshe Foundation. And also from the last 577th about the cosmic ray maggrav Trinity system, which we see here. Is there something that you can say about that?
Yeah, sorry. First, yes, it's better time to invite all scientists around the world for be part of Keshe Foundation for reach at the level the plasma technology. Please, do you know the scientists sent maybe share the all things Mr. Keshe put at the X Media X for give it information about the plasma technology and invite all friends or all scientists in your country to be part of the Keshe Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So it's Dean here. So this Trinity maggrav, the cosmic ray, we're all part of this. So, and this is connecting the cosmic ray that is present within the structure of us, of ourselves. It is the soul of man. And Mr. Keshe has shown this many times, where you have two rays that interact, and they form a plasma, and this plasma then becomes part of the creation, and it starts to create more. And if you come to understand that everything is an interaction of a plasma or plasmas, then we're coming to understand that this cosmic ray Trinity maggrav is an interaction of fields, and the position is we have this physical form present, some of us, and then we have this other side that we've been speaking about today, which is the soul of man, and this plasma that comes from the universe, and then the interaction happens, and then that ray that ray starts to interact on planet Earth and becomes in a physical form, maybe. And not just humanity. This could take many shapes and forms. It could be from any animal you can possibly think of, and many that we don't know of. There are many conditions on planet Earth where there's many, many souls, and they're all around us. They're part of the atmosphere. And they're things that humanity doesn't always look at quite so much, because we're always very physical, and we only have to see it with our eyes to believe it. But when you actually come to be present, you'll understand that that Trinity maggraph gives you the opportunity to connect on a universal level. And so this little blue maggrav, when you place your hands upon it, and various other techniques that Mr. Keshe is teaching, then you can start to connect your plasma cosmic ray back into the vastness of this specific position in the universe that we're all part of. And so this is the connection to be able to then be part of the totality once more and come to know the true essence. We were talking about the commandments, the true divinity of who we are. We are present in this moment and in an understanding of the interaction of the cosmic rays. So you can use this cosmic ray to connect. You can use it. This is a tool, a wonderful tool to connect the souls, to connect you back to the source of an understanding that is, an addition to the understanding of the commandments. Although the cosmic ray of the commandment would have been delivered through the likes of, let's say, one individual that was maybe Moses or one of them. And then the interaction in the matter state happens, and then all the corrections that we need to address, because the message was diluted and given slightly different to the way mankind was supposed to receive. So we're getting that readdress, that rebalance with the Trinity magravs as one tool to use. There are many other possibilities, but we can use this to connect and to start to do this transmutation, transportation, if that would be the physical form, but transmutation would be the energy form of the soul of man that is unlimited and is connected with everything in totality. So this is the cosmic ray Trinity maggrav that we can use, each of us, to reconnect once more. I don't know if everybody, Elizabeth, would you like to say anything else to that, or anybody else?
No. I give Rick have the video for little part explain all. Mr. Keshe explain all about the cosmic ray Trinity maggraph.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dean.
Okay. So this is from the 577th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, starting at about 2 hours and 30 minutes. And this will be about a 10-minute excerpt.
What the magravs do. But if you design a magrav in a specific way, and you literally be in touch with it, contact with it, it gives you all the energies you need. you need to expand the soul, or you need to expand the physicality. I'll show you something which I'm gonna just 1 second. For security reasons, we have put a cover on it because this is, as you know, we are trying to be good in delivering what we say, and we're getting good at it, especially with more complex.
Recording in progress.
This many of you have bought this new system, which is going to be used by you different knowledge seekers in the next few days in different conferences. If you look at this, the two black signs here, because they're customized per name, so they blacked out the name. As you see on it, it says Maglev Trinity, Cosmic Ray Maglev Trinity system. But the interesting with this is this. These two pieces. It's the same on the other side. This was the purpose of the maglevs in a way, developed partially is one of the system, but internally, where you place your hand. I explained this last time, now it's physically here, you can see. You place your hand on, what do you call it, on these two, or if I bring the picture in, let me take this out that you understand. These are units which are going out this week. There is the same combination on the other side, which means you have a connection here, and there's a connection on the other side, and then you have a connection here, and you have a connection on the other side. You literally can, and you feel it, all of you will feel it. It's amazing what you're gonna feel, is if you connect, hold these two, connect these two together, or connect these two together, put one hand here and one hand here, and one hand here and one hand there, or put one hand on either side, you will get different condition of emotion, even information. And these are the new units, Trinity system, and every single one is named. That's why we put this black pieces here, as you see, that do not share this with no one. The name of the users are given to us, and we put a name on it. And I think everything is in there. Because this is going with you. And each one comes in its own packaging. You get it, don't let anybody touches it. And I know, I think about 20 units going to sessions in the next couple of days for a session. So this will have an arrow on it, supposed to have an arrow on it. I don't see it, maybe it's on the other side, where it tells you if you want to be in the dimension of physicality, you, what do you call it, you put it on this side. Why do I have this? If you have the sign physicality on this side, and there's another arrow on the other side, or the same side, if you go into the energy. And this is important. Do you want to only stay on a physical dimension, or do you want to stay on an energy dimension? And then what you have to do, you have to turn this unit upside down. This is one of the new systems we put out, and it has huge implication. And this is used for one of the conferences, I think 20 of them in the next few days going on. And they teach you how to reach it, how to. You cannot use it with the headphones or any other thing. Better if you have a headphone, don't try to use it with this because they are not linked for, and we advise you not to. Then one side increases your, what we call the absorption of the physical part, and the other side is for the energy. And do not share this system with no one, not even your cats or dogs. If you can put it under a chair, and if you sit above it, then hold your hands on the two. Don't sit on the units that break, put something on top of a stool or something, and then try to do the same and see how the energy field of the system will touch you. We can produce about a lot of energy which touches literally your soul. This is different than the units with the, what do you call it, with the two handsets and the rest. This is a teaching process. It's called the Maghreb Trinity. Then you see what you can use. One of the ways we try to, for you to understand yourself and energy transfer within you. If you remember the other units which we put out, again, that's energy development. Is, if you remember, there are two patches which you used to hold on either side. Now the technology development gives us the opportunity to be able to bring in the soul and the solar physicality into operation. And this is the beauty of it. And how can you feed one or change one? And you just do it with the intention, with the emotion. It'll be interesting. In this, there is characteristics for energy, emotion. We specifically have conditioned one for food. It's totally vegetarian. There is no meat or fish or whatever involved in there because we don't know who's vegetarian, who's not. And so there's an element of feeding yourself. See how your habit changes in eating, or if you're hungry, you can go to the system. Do you want to feed the soul side or do you want to feed the physicality side? This is, in its simplicity, one of the most complicated systems we have put out. It's an oasis of the soul, if I call it that way. It twins with.
Okay, that's the excerpt from the 577th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from last Thursday. Okay, back to our slides. And I believe I'm going to speak about products and supporting the Keshe Foundation, donations, etc. Possibly with Mark or Dean or Dean.
Thank you, Rick. It's Dean here again. So this particular slide is talking about the foundation that we've all come to know and love, the Keshe Foundation, that is a global phenomenon that is present and unknown by many. And yet the soul of man is present and knows that this part of the energy is present on planet Earth. I think many souls, many in physicality and non-physicality, have felt, have understood that there's a change, there's a imminent change that is present right in this moment. This is part of the technology that has been brought forward to humanity. And these products that are being developed by the knowledge seekers through the understanding of the teachings of the foundation and the knowledge of the universe through the soul of Mr. Keshe is being transferred, transmuted to humanity. For us to gain the knowledge and the understanding and the beauty to be able to join the universal community, to be part of a much bigger totality, much bigger picture. Instead of just being in, as it's been described before, just playing in one little sandbox, we get to experience many other different dimensions and plasmas, planets, universes, the cosmos, however you would like to call it. And that cosmos could be within inside yourself. It could be within an atom in your body that is a universe in its own condition. So these products are being brought forward for us to experience the energy dimension of physicality by transferring, in this particular instance of the image that we see here, and Mark has spoken about this extensively, is we can transfer the energy of a particular fruit or vegetable or whatever that you can see, and you receive the energy by an energy transfer. In the first instance, we were taught and we understood about using the plasmatic waters, which means we will still physically drink these energies. So you receive the energy of the orange, the banana, the apple, whatever it is, and you receive the energy of it. It's exactly the same as you receive when you eat it, but the only difference is that when you eat something, and this is the difficult thing for humanity to come to understand, and many, not just humanity, many others, you take the physicality, and everything has a soul. So if you're consuming this soul, then you're responsible for it. And then that's the energy transfer that you have to readdress and rebalance for. And for many of us, this is a step too far. It's an understanding that many don't want to establish. However, it's a deeper understanding of the knowledge that we need to understand. And this is being part of a bigger picture, that this transfer of energy is what we're doing in this very moment. So as you listen to a voice, the knowledge of the universe is being transferred through an understanding, like a mini commandment, a mini lecture of plasmas of an understanding. And once you receive that knowledge, you're receiving the energy. Now, the energy of this particular fruit, vegetable, whatever, it has a soul, so it's transferring, it's giving itself to you unconditionally for you to receive the energy pack of what it has, and that's in a physical form. So when we come to understand that we can use this and we can receive the energy into our systems without physically consuming it. To begin with, in the transitional period, yeah, we drank some plasma waters. And the next stage is then to maybe hold a magrav, or to hold the GANs, so that would be a solid gas. We'd use the GANs, which contains the energy of a substance of a soul. But then once we've received that essence of that energy, it can be re-given once more. And that is a bit like the commandments where it was said, when he fed 5,000 people or whatever it was. This is the same thing in a different way. You'll receive the energy, and if we put that one energy source and we then put it into a centralized point, and then many physical beings can receive from the same source, and there's no need to establish another connection of taking the essence of another form that's exactly the same more than once. So this is a big enhancement for humanity to receive. It means we can do the loaves and fishes thing. We can do the energy transfer to many from one small point. And we spoke about this earlier on, that energy transfer of the electron, proton, and the neutron. It's an understanding, and that crossover point is present with us now. That's why the universal community and all the knowledge seekers on a soul level receiving this knowledge and sharing it worldwide. And the soul of them is sharing it much, much further, because it's unlimited. It could be given to another dimension, to another universe, across the unicos, which is all the universes. And they could be receiving the information that has been shared from the creator of the creation. And we've received that knowledge through a particularly beautiful soul called Mr. Keshe, that has been present on planet Earth to communicate and establish this connection to elevate humanity. So these products that we see for this transmutation or teleportation, whatever you want to call it, transportation element, is a gradual process, a drip by drip process of receiving the energy transfer, in this instance, the knowledge of the universe. And once you actually tap into this and understand this, there really, really, really is no limitation. None whatsoever. And then we have the possibilities to be present in physicality and non-physicality in many, many different ways. And our understanding will open up. And this is part of the process of the knowledge being shared. Sometimes, like myself, we want this knowledge to be delivered and shared amongst everybody, so everybody becomes equal, so everybody receives in the same moment. And this gradual process is taking position. When I joined the foundation, I become part of that process. I think, like many of us that are using the matter state of the brain, we communicated this and understood this from eons ago. But that establishment of the energy understanding of the soul has brought forward this energy transfer much quicker. And this knowledge is about to be communicated and across the planet in a very, very big way. And I remember Mr. Keshe saying, just in the last week's teaching of the 577th, he was saying that the biggest problem was going to be the next group of theologists, or whatever you want to call them, saying, and engineers and scientists and all the others, claiming to be a prophet in a different way, that they claim the knowledge and they use it and it's my understanding, and then use it in a different way. This knowledge is as a soul is for each and every one of us to receive on a soul level. In the physical form, our understanding may be where we want to stay for some of us. However, the knowledge is being received on a soul level. And so that means that you're already part of the cosmic ray. You're already part of the totality of everything. And this physical illusion will soon be part of a much bigger picture for each and every one of us. And these products are here to share the knowledge, as I've said earlier, to receive the energy. And this is a gradual process. And so if we come all the way back and we start to give to the foundation, we keep it so it's a separate entity. So this soul, this foundation, can grow and give to humanity and not be just taken from. It gives. It's an energy transfer, and all plasmas they give. And many times, Mr. Keshe has spoken about the strongest giving to the weakest. So whichever position you establish a connection with, be part of the process. Give to the foundation, give to the next plasma, the next soul, the next being that is present, and then receive the energy and the wisdom of the universe. This will then transform and transmute all the energies across the planet Earth, and there will be no division of not sharing everything. And if we go back to what I spoke about earlier, that one part of this, tiny little part of it, can then become a multitude for everybody. So from an atom to a universe, and one hydrogen could feed everything. There's no need to burn, as Mr. Keshe would say. So let's not burn the knowledge. Let's not burn our understanding of the beauty of what's being presented and gifted for humanity to receive in this moment. So I think I'll leave it there, Rick. I think I probably said too much, but
I think you said everything, Dean.
Thank you, Mark.
Add much, but I'd like to just say, as we know, we all are familiar that the Keshe Foundation needs donations in every shape and form. And we're all carrying a very small corner of a very large carpet. So depending on what befits you and how you can support the Keshe Foundation, it's up to you. As we heard earlier, one of the least expensive ways to support the Keshe Foundation at no cost is, of course, using your soul at 9 p.m. every day, opening up this new toy. We've never even realized the type of energy we have. But it'll bring a big benefit, I believe, to you. And again, starting to bring the soul of physicality and the soul of the man together and to start working in some sort of operation. So that's one way to support the Keshe Foundation. I don't think we're paying people anymore to pray for the Keshe Foundation, as was alluded to in the past. But again, it's you finding out. And this is opening up the mysteries of the matter state of the entity to its energies. So, and that's all at no cost. And of course, you'll receive a very large benefit of elevating your own structure in a way. The second way is to make direct donations to the Keshe Foundation, not shopping for anything in the store in particular, not looking for anything in return, but perhaps sponsoring a flight session for someone or other ways of just making a direct donation. And of course, as we know, as you give, you will also receive. So that's another way. Now, everybody's talking about cryptocurrencies and the rest of this in the Keshe Foundation store. You can find Keshe coins, and they have a return of about 3% per year. You can use it for anything within the Keshe Foundation structure, as I understand it. And of course, there'll be some sort of financial system, internal or external to the Keshe Foundation, which has already been set up. And this will be part of a Keshe banking system, as I understand it. So this has all been in the works. I think some of the paperwork may not have been finished, but I do believe they have European approval for, again, to operate in a financial structure. We know Mr. Keshe doesn't take from the government's donations or corporations. Maybe he would take donations, I'm not sure, but nothing to do to influence the Keshe Foundation. At one point, a couple of years ago, they received €6 as a donation in a month. So we can do a lot better than that, I'm sure. And of course, as Mr. Keshe said, he's been reaching into his pocket for 20 years, financing the entire structure. So if we go to the store, you can also find insurance within the store. And I know people have taken advantage of this insurance. Again, you can, if you can get funds to the Keshe Foundation, you don't actually receive an insurance policy in so many ways, but apparently it's logged in there where you can dial into the system, prearranged, of course, and go in for a tune-up periodically or address a condition that you or your family. I think there's individual insurance plans and there's family plans. So again, you don't receive anything in a way as a physical item. There's also signing up for satellite souls, which will become more and more popular as time goes on. I don't know the whole structure of the satellite soul, but they've been used, I think, in different places already in the world. And in that way, you're sort of allowing the Keshe Foundation to use your soul. Maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not aware of it. There's also the flight testing systems, which another session is coming up on this Friday, where again, we're keeping the Keshe Foundation free, so you can make a donation for someone, as I said, to participate in a flight testing session. And again, it's keeping the Keshe Foundation free, but it's also allowing you to find out more about yourself. As he said, in these upcoming sessions, you'll have to bring some material with you, and they're going to change the parameter of the fields within there. So just another way to support the Keshe Foundation and keeping the Keshe Foundation free for humanity. In the store, we used to have paintings. They may come back. A lot of things cycle out and then they cycle back in, which were impregnated with ganses and different things by the artists. The Keshe Foundation had supplied the ganses. And we even have bottles of paint in the store, as I understand it, which are pre-impregnated. And then, of course, you have to determine how to apply those paints. And of course, you can find butterflies to, as we just heard, the beautiful gift from the Keshe Foundation of this cosmic ray Trinity magrav system. The development is so deep, it's just unbelievable. And another enhanced way to bring the soul of physicality together with the soul of the man. I think that was one of the purposes. As we heard in the intro, we're trying to get the lion and the lamb to eat and sleep in the same nest, or even become aware of it. And of course, there's a whole series of products within the store, from something to balance the menopause condition. There's pain pens, there's top at ease GANs for a migraine imbalance. There's sight GANs, and that's been, all these products are in development. All these products are for the elevation of the soul. Even though many times we've used butterflies to capture electromagnetic radiation coming off the computers, which is a use for them. But as he said, if you know how to use the butterflies, you can even heat your body with it. So a lot of these products are multi-use products, but we haven't been fully taught or discovered on our own the way to apply them. But more and more, Mr. Keshe seems to be opening up. And as I've said in the past, this is where the beef is in the Keshe Foundation store. They used to run a commercial for hamburger companies, and the grandmother would buy a hamburger and open up the bun and said, "Where's the beef?" It was about the size of a small coin. So to me, the beef or the meat and potatoes is in the Keshe Foundation store. And I was so amazed when I heard Mr. Keshe say when he was in the lab with 400 radiation sources, how he was changing them every 3 hours to look for different results. So the amount of development and testing and lab work that's gone into these products over 20, 30, 40 years or longer is just phenomenal. So I'd encourage everyone to find something in here for a gift for someone or something that may benefit you. You can give feedback to the Keshe Foundation. It worked, it didn't work, I liked it, I didn't like it. And then this line of soap products is also amazing. Bring it into the home, carry it with you, wash your hands frequently, you carry the material. So there's just so many products in the store that are made, certified by the creator of this technology. So if you want the carrots and celery, you'd probably make it at your home. And of course, we encourage people to continue the testing and development on your own. But if you want the real beef, I think you'll find it at this point within the Keshe Foundation store. And this is a way not only to test some of these certified plasma products, but also, again, to support the Keshe Foundation. And of course, the Oasis system is about to arrive on the scene. He's talking about transmutation systems, the vertical unit, which is offered in there. Again, it's not going to be a vertical unit as they've done with the Ubisos. They've taken it and miniaturized it. So what he's going to do with the vertical unit, which is coming up, is that will be miniaturized as well, where you can start practicing transmutation, perhaps, as was indicated, from room to room in your own house. And this is the future of what's coming within the Keshe Foundation. But these are all beautiful, beautiful gifts. And again, the knowledge has been taught. If you understand it, you don't need any of these systems. But these are training systems. And again, they're just opening up our understanding in a way to the energies within this, what we call a matter state structure, even though we know it's much more than the matter state. And this is one of the ways you can support the Keshe Foundation. And
sorry I couldn't support you there, Mark, with the store, but my browser decided not to browse today.
It's no
I can't
problem.
even open anything in my browser for some
We're
strange...
learning to work with this, and I'll just I know there's a section for testimonials, but I'll just say I've been using these NutriGans products. As he said, in the fruity one, there's the energy of 1,000,000 apples. These Ganses don't dissipate. You take from the tube takes from the universe. And it's, in a way, a subtle training. There's probably more training going on than I even realize. And it's also helping me on the emotional side to sort of disconnect from the food. And it's not so much about eating or not eating in a way. It's about stopping the killing. And that's part of the commandments, thou shalt not kill. And as we know, the Creator doesn't kill any of its creation to exist. And if we're made in the image of the Creator, we can do the same. So today will be day 41. I've missed 2 meals or skipped 2 meals for the most part in the last 41 days, or pretty much right on. And the most amazing part, I think, is that the stomach appears always to be full. There's no pains of hunger. And a couple times there were. But of course, I sort of, in the 6 months before I received these tubes, I was practicing the intermittent fasting. And just waiting till 3 o'clock in the afternoon and to start feeding and so on and so forth. So I had a little practice. I wasn't holding it hard and fast. But again, I thought we could do it, and we are doing it. We're already doing 80%. So this is just filling in. Everyone's taking in 80% of the energy they need on a daily basis without even you being aware of it. It's only the 20% we're short of that causes us to kill and eat other creatures. And this product here, at this level of development, is filling that, not totally. As I said, I'm eating once a day, But again, it's a small step for me, or a big step for me, whatever it is. But I can see a bit of the progression, especially on the emotional connection with the food. So that's being, in a way, severed. Yes, I still eat, and as Mr. Keshe said, you can eat for the pleasure of it. If you want the bolognese or you want something else, sure. In the future, it'll be frowned on. And of course, most of the diseases that we have to deal with are, or the conditions we have to deal with, is because we put something in our mouth. And of course, my stomach is definitely shrinking. I cannot eat as much as I have in the past. I seem to get full after not eating too much, and I don't want to lose a lot of weight. I've probably lost 3 kilos, maybe, at this point, but I want to try and maintain my weight. But it's a beautiful process of, and again, a gift from the Keshe Foundation. I don't know anyone who could embed the energy of 1,000,000 apples into one of these tubes, plus hundreds of other elements or other ingredients. As he said, we know how to deliver the full structure of what the body needs. So again, there's a subtle training going on also on the cognitive level. I'm realizing I can do it. Some days I'll only use 2 tubes. Some days I'll use all 4 tubes. So things are changing slightly. I'm going to stay at this position probably for the next number of months, and we'll see how it develops. But it certainly moved me away from, even though, as I say, my freezer is full of all sorts of entities or creatures, from fish to beef to other things. But the consumption and the purchasing and all the rest of that has definitely diminished. So I would very much recommend these products, especially for people who are, again, dieting and going on that roller coaster where you struggle to lose weight, and then emotions change, and then you go back to eating more again, and so on. I think this can help balance out that condition and make it quite smooth for those people that have been on a roller coaster ride with their controlling their weight. And of course, we know there's more reasons for it. It's not just the eating, it's the emotions. And maybe these products have things to balance that particular emotion, which causes you to eat more. But these products in the store, again, are made by and overseen and developed by the professor of this technology, or the universal teacher, if you'd like to call it. So this is where the beef, if you want to find the beef, you go to the Keshe Foundation store. That's just my opinion. And again, results may differ from person to person. It all depends on what you sort of want out of these structures. If you want to block it, I'm sure you can. And if you want to interact with it, I'm sure you can as well. I just thought I'd share that. Thank you. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Mark. Your wonderful understanding of everything is quite astounding. That you've been, like Rick, you've been around for many times, and you deliver the knowledge, and your understanding is very beautiful. And we thank you for always being present as a soul that is sharing this knowledge.
And just think, Dean, I only understand 1/100000th of 1/1000000000th of 1% of the knowledge. So I'm still in the nursery school, per se.
Yeah, but it's an amazing amount, because the smallest amount can be the biggest, as we know, and it can flip. So it's quite an incredible amount. Okay, so on this slide, I don't know who's supposed to be doing this slide. This is MOSFET. MOSFET, are you going to do the transmutation today?
You're on the list too, Dean.
I'm on the list. I think I've spoken a lot today.
It says Moshfek, Schwetter, and Dean.
Yeah. I can start it off, but I'm sure MOSFET will bring his beauty forward. So a transmutation. This is totally unprepared, and this is just me speaking from a position of my understanding. So we can transmute everything in this moment. In fact, we already are transmuting, because, and I tell you why, because we have this deep connection with a source that is within us. And that source within us is connected to a much bigger source. And that one plasma, that one neutron, that one soul of man is connected to this planet. It's connected to the solar system, the galaxy, our universe. And then it's connected to the creator of the universes. I made man in the image of myself. And I think the creator takes no form. She, he, however, in the man's terms that we describe the creator, and Mr. Keshe has spoken about this, we always need a he or a she or a figurehead or something that is the creator. So when we transmute, we really come to understand that essence within us is the creator. It has no form. It's part of us, and we are part of it. So to transmute is an interaction on planet Earth that is an emotion linked to the amino acid structure of our physicality using the matter state condition of the brain. And when we let all that go, and we sense and feel, and even this is a physical form. So when we let that go, we really start to transmute when we connect without connecting, by being present and experiencing everything by experiencing what you are present with in this moment, where you direct and focus your energies. So we can transmute in this moment by picking a point that we can focus upon. And transmutation, the limitation of our understanding sometimes would say that light travels at a certain speed of light, whatever that equation would be, has been in the past. But Mr. Keshe would say this is a very slow transition. This is the matter state condition again. Light traveling around the universe is very slow. The transmutation that is instant in this moment is you being present and being able to transmute wherever you wish to be. And in an energy form, on a soul aspect, there is no limitation. So where do you want to be? Do you want to be part of a bigger structure? Do you want to be on a planet? Do you want to be in a galaxy? Do you want to be non-dimensional? Or do you want to be part of whatever it is for you that you need to experience? So that is the transmutation. So the real energy in the real transmutation, is that energy between the physical matter state. And there's no limitation there. It's like the nanomaterials that we create. If you've ever created nanomaterials through the Keshe Foundation's teachings and the Ganses, you know that once you connect and you open up the molecular structure of the material, you're creating a spectrum of field strengths of energy that is the gap between. Mind the gap. As it was, I don't know why I said that, but that was something that always used to be on the subway, the underground in London. They always used to have this thing that used to say, mind the gap. And it's the gap where the energy is. That's the real transmutation. That's the true energy. I don't mean throwing yourself off a platform. I don't mean that. What I mean is that connection is between two places. And this energy gap is transferable from A to B in 0 time. There is no limitation there. The physical form, if we want to transmute it or transport it, we have to then get it in a, I don't know, on a train, in a bus, in a spaceship. We have to physically take it there. But once we understand the transmutation of the soul, then, as I've been speaking about, we can be present with our focus in a time, place, and position of our own choosing. You are the captain of your ship. Where do you need to go? What would you like to experience? And Mr. Keshe has always taught it that we can have a direct connection back to the Creator. So there's no middleman. That's a direct connection between you and the possibilities of the soul and where it has positioned itself and its field strength of interactions. Or we can then decide to go and experience more, travel around the universes, experience many things. And if time does not exist, we're writing the script in this very moment. So we are transmuting in this precise second. And there is no time. So this second is a space gap. It's unlimited. There is no time. And so these words are being spoken as a creator within you. You are the creator, and you are transmuting in this very moment. And as Universal Council would say, and all the beautiful beings and their understanding, they will say, thank you with gratitude for being present in this moment. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Beautiful soul you are. Gratitude. Indeed.
From
the core of our
hello,
heart. Yes.
Mehran. If I can add a small thing I just thought with what Jean said. We don't even have to go in space, other places. I think, in my experience, we can also go to our souls and mind. And for example, we need to put the light, the flashlight on some part of our life mentally, which we are not seeing it clearly. And we know that there is something there we have to see to advance. And then during this time of soul expansion, when the time starts, I can go to where I want to go in my mind. And I always have little or more results, depending on the time, get what I want. So it's all sorts of traveling, even inside ourselves, even choose to whom we want to, with whom we want to be present. I've done that also. As long as that entity is available, we can choose to do that also if it's more interesting. Like me, I'm not very much interested in going to moon. I don't know why. Even though I always say I'm a Martian coming from planet Mars, but I don't want to answer where I'm from. But what I like is to know more about myself, about things I'm curious about. And the transmutation sessions are the tools that give me that possibility. So I thank Mr. Keshe for this enormous advantage, and I'm very hopeful for future. Thank you. By the way, I had a nice experience during the last session, which was about love. Just I started, but immediately I didn't even have to look for my paper. Sometimes I note the things I want to see about, and then immediately I was taken to whatever, and then I was just not there anymore. And the result is it was just like a flood who passed over some of things, washed away some of things, kind of relativize, take the importance of some of the things I was working on. So this week, those things are not important anymore. And I'm still looking forward to see the result, but just amazing. I just continue to see the results, but it was very, very useful for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehnaz, my dear. Thank you, Dean. Thank you for this beautiful, beautiful experiences you shared. The breaking point. When the eyes suddenly become water, we transmute like that, you know. Add always all the love. It will help you transmute on the moment. Now, thank you. Thank you. Now we can go to the next
Well, I will talk
presentation.
about
Oh,
transmutation.
Mashfik, hi.
Hello, everyone. This is Mosfek once again, sharing a little bit of knowledge about transmutation. As we all know, soul exists in the energy dimension. And we talk quite a bit about transfer of energy from one entity to another. Now, as it comes from the energy dimension to the more manifestation type of situation. Well, manifestation, I mean, in the physical sense. Now, the physical world, although we tend to be more attached to it and we are more, let's say, more involved with it at this stage, especially on this planetary condition, on this planet, and the planetary condition kind of makes us operate that way. Now, in manifesting in this planet or elsewhere, this energy dimension takes the attributes of a physical manifestation. Now, as it does, it comes to the condition of space and time. Now, does our soul not involved with space and time? Not the way we understand it in our physical dimension. So, in a way, because of the manifestation, the time and space come into operation. Now, what does that mean for soul? The soul, being in the energy dimension, can operate and do operate outside of space and time. But not completely, because it is the source of energy for the physical side. So, in a way, in doing the manifestation, it creates time and space. And here we see an attribute of the creator. That creator creates time and space. So if that is so, then things that we attach to time and space can be changed, because time and space itself is creation, but themselves are creation. So we all hear about being present. The word presence, we hear a lot about this. So be in the moment, as they say, is a common phrase we encounter often. So the soul is actually ever present, both in space and in time. The manifestation is not. And since manifestation can be transmuted, it can be positioned anywhere in space, and the same goes for time. So everything that we are preoccupied, often the preoccupation is attached to this being in a certain time or in a certain place. This attachment to time and space is, in a way, prevents us, this strong attachment, prevents us to operate outside of it. Now, let's give some, I'm talking in more abstract sense. Let's give an example. Let's say we have some skin problem. Well, at this time, but a month back, there was nothing there. So something has changed. Some condition in the manifestation has changed. And soul does transfer energy to the physicality, our physicality. So that skin problem that's present at this time can be changed back to the condition that existed a month back, because manifestation can be changed, and it's up to the soul to change the manifestation. But the physicality being attached heavily to the condition, especially in our situations, often prevent us from making it so. So that means that as we detach, we don't have to completely detach, You just have to detach sufficiently to allow the soul to do its operation. And by doing so, we honor the soul. We express our love for the soul, as Stefania was talking about it early on. That love is expressed in something very real term, in a very real term. Soul loves our physicality too. And the physicality is love for the soul, or the soul of physicality is love for the soul of man, is manifested in the shape of removing this adverse skin condition. So if we think about it this way, is any of our maladies, health problems and other problems, emotional problems, are they really insurmountable or difficult to deal with? Not at all. Let's just allow the soul to do its creation. We are there. Soul is ever present, and our health and peace is ever present as well. So it's not that difficult at all. So let's love our soul, let's honor our soul, and allow it to do what it does best, create. Thank you very much. And I hope this provided us a little bit of soul, thoughts to ponder on. And we'll see each other next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear Moshfik. So beautifully you said. The time is now, the moment. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, Rick, can we go to the next presentation?
This is the invitation to share the testimony from Valentine's Day or the monthly session with Mark and or Dean.
So, Rick, I'll start. So, the transmutation flight to destination. Some people were present, some of the beautiful souls and the knowledge seekers were present within this, and I'm sure that some of them would like to come forward and to give a testimonial, like Mehran said she was present, and give a testimonial of some of their experiences. And I believe this is this slide represents being able to give a testimonial, to as Rick would say, to pay back for the knowledge and the essence of the teachings and the beauty of what you've received, and to share your experience with all the other souls that are with us, are present with us, so they can gather the field strength of information that they receive and make their own conclusion of how they would receive, should they take the position to experience it themselves. Even though I know that if your soul is present, you've already experienced it. But in the physical form, for many of us, we need to see it, to feel it, for it to be present. So this is where we bring the knowledge seekers forward that have experienced something to share the knowledge, to give back to all the other souls. And remember that when you do this, you receive from all the other souls, and not just the souls that listen to it, but all the souls that will receive it in the coming times. So it's an everlasting feedback. And isn't it better to to be giving to these souls, so they receive the energy transfer, and then by them receiving, they feed back to you, and it's a never-ending cycle. And when you receive this energy, this elevation, then you receive more knowledge, more enlightenment, more comprehension of everything else. So it's a feedback, and the more we do this, the more elevated we become. So we invite all the beautiful knowledge seekers that have had an experience to come and share their experience with the rest of the world and the rest of the universe. Welcome, as Sweta would say.
Thank you. Welcome, 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 beautiful souls, to the destination. Jump in. Thank you. Ready? Now we can go to the next presentation.
So we, the Universal Council, give from our souls collectively to the peace in the Middle East in exchange for Keshe technology for all. Our wishes is our command.
Beautiful. We are present, my dear. The wishes, beautiful wish. And the needs and wishes, my dear beautiful souls. Welcome. If you want to share something, ask questions. We are all getting knowledge, my dear. We are all knowledge seekers, learning. Something you want to share, beautiful souls, please do. Welcome, welcome. Swagatam.
Can we have 1 minute to all contemplate this wish? Thank you.
Okay, are there more wishes and needs and wishes to be shared? I don't have any that I see in our chats.
Any question or related thing we do? Thank you.
Yes, I have a wish. This week I had the intention to put a wish over knowledge in Universal Council for having no hunger and no problem for ill people to get medication. And now I wish that with the technology of transmutation at this level, we can put this knowledge to feed and also to medicate all suffering people and make their life better. That's my wish, and our wish is our command.
Mehran, we are present with your wish, and we all wish this from our souls, that this comes into position. And I think this wish that we see on the screen, we, the Universal Council, give from our souls collectively, so as one soul, to the peace in the Middle East, in exchange for Keshe technology for all. So this wonderful wish brings forward an intention to create a condition that expands from a seed, from a position of the Middle East that we know has had a conflict ongoing for quite some time over a landmass, over a position of created conditions through theology and other things. And the beautiful souls that are present there have this conflict of the war inside, created by the illusion of needing or wanting or a desire for something, which is from a knowledge, from an understanding of man, from a prophet that was delivered at that time. And from that seed point, there's been many divisions and other interactions that have happened. And it's an ongoing process. And if the seed was correct, everything would be beautiful from that position. So from this position, in this moment, we create the wish as the soul's present with the intention to bring forward a condition of peace in the Middle East, so that we can all flourish and be present within the unity and beauty of the peaceful condition within inside ourselves, from a created condition of the wish of the soul of man. The Universal Council, the Earth Council, the core team, the knowledge seekers, we're all knowledge seekers. We wish for peace. And this is our command from the commandments. We command this wish. And we bring the seed of peace to the Middle East for all to receive the beauty of the technology that will be shared, delivered to each and every one of us. And we are present. Thank you, Mehran.
Yeah, we do have
Thank you.
an entry in our chat here from Babak, and I could read that. It's a question for the Universal Council here. It seems appropriate. Okay, Babak says, I am working on a phenomenon known as mind control. Many people across the world claim to be targeted by neural weapons. I contacted many people around the world, and I found 2 people rescued themselves, and one of them applied Keshe Gan's household reactor in a star formation. I am just interested to know more how the Keshe Gans can be applied in addressing the current crisis of mind control. Please share my question once it is the time for a question and answer. Well, this seems to be the time, so I put that question forward for our people here that can address that in the Universal Council. How can the Keshe Gans be applied in addressing the current crisis of mind control?
My dear Babak, I will say that it's a very simple understanding, or it can be a detail, a clarity, more clarity in clarity, and way of understanding each other. The whole planet has been mind controlled, by the way, and our experiences are our chapters. If you say your ability, then you can do it. Ganses will help, but you have to understand with your own experiences that how this mind control, this trap has to be disseminated, you know? So, well, of course, we want to discuss this more elaborately. And Babak, my dear, you have this beautiful question. Well, I will say beautiful sharing also. We can put this question, if you are okay, in the next One Planet, One Race, One Nation for Justice and World Peace. If you are okay with that, because we want to discuss this, you know, our experiences. We want to share our experiences as we were also coming out of this mind control with this knowledge. Oh, yes, of course, many times you can. The GANs are applicable so beautifully. So, as the time is short now, but my dear Babak, we will discuss it in the next One Planet, One Race for sure. So be in tune, but understand your ability too. You are a pack of gods. You are a beautiful energy. Understand your energy too. Connect with the Creator. You are. Thank you, my dear Babak. Thank you so much.
I could
Thank
just add, I always thought the thinking good, the speaking good, and the acting good is a shielding of some sort, probably even beyond our imagination. You may try that and try and apply this ethos of Mitra as a shielding.
Oh, beautiful, Mark. Beautiful.
So,
Yes, of course. Yes.
Continuing with what Mark said, I was thinking if we believe and compare everything with unconditional love, that we are here to serve and being kind. So when we compare those other values to this and see there is different, we try, there are technologies, there are videos about how to handle some of these problems with people. And we just try to come back again always to unconditional love and serving, because anything else we do, we come to the game of those people who might be the people near us, or so we should try in any case not to get to the game of not a conditional love, not being kind, because we regret, so we are losing it. And also, I believe everything with Keshe Foundation is possible as long as we know what we do it correctly. And my experience, which was last week, I had problem with the narcissist people, which I had to tolerate. And even though I had the videos, whenever I was facing them, they are so strong, I was losing it. And I was suffering. This week, I'm not suffering. when I did the 14th of February session, even though it was just 1 hour almost, it was like a flood which took all that away. So I have no worry thought about that. And I called the person yesterday and it went beautifully. I found my feeling of forgiveness and conditional love coming back to me. So that's what I say, that with this in the session, it was Mr. Cash who was controlling the fields. But I mean that everything is possible as far as the person knows what they are doing correctly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehran, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so, so much.
A few
Next.
butterflies from the store around the environment may be helpful as well. You'll have to observe.
Yes, I think there's many examples of using the Keshe GANs over the years, such as in the testimonials meeting, the public meeting for testimonials that we have every month, which is up to number 99 at this point. There's so many examples of people changing their emotion, and by the change of emotion is a way of addressing this idea of mind control. Once you can control your emotion, then the mind kind of follows along that, and you can learn to work with the fields through working with the GANs, and that way you can create your own field around you as a protective field, for example, or use the GANs as was indicated in the star formation, or some other formation that you find pleases you or elevates you is more exact way to say it. If you find yourself elevated, like the Chinese used to call the Maggrav reactor the happy box, because people, when they came into the room, would naturally become more happy in the room where the Maggrav unit was operating. So if you're happier, that is in a way a protective field. It's a protective emotion. If you can touch that emotion of unconditional love, especially, and maybe you will find yourself being able to tolerate those that might be oppressing or those that might be affecting you. And more likely, if you elevate yourself, you just won't be affected by those fields, which are basically a lower form of fields. So that's one opinion. And I've got an image I'd like to share as well, which came from Claudia, which is actually our background image for today's show as well. And it's relevant, I think, to what we've been speaking of. And she sent this to Lissy originally, and she mentioned that I took this picture and I love this tree because if you see closely, it has many kinds of plants together and they live in harmony. So if you look at it, there are different kinds of plants that are part of these, actually 2, 3, or maybe more trees all together here, and different plants growing on the trees as well. And we see, though, that they have one thing in common, which they're all rooted to the earth. And they have their roots literally in the planet Earth. And they've also got their other parts exposed to the sky. And, you know, these plants, as all plants do, we call them the vertical people, they're going against gravity and reaching for the sky. They're reaching for space. And somehow that's what their whole life is about. And they elevate themselves to do that. They elevate matter, a lot of weight in all of this. It's elevated off the planet, off into towards space. So, and they've learned to live together in harmony. And this is also what us as humans have to learn to do, to share with each other and to respect each other's differences, but also know that we all have the same root, we all have the same source. And that source is in what we call soul, and goes beyond the physicality as it does for the vertical people that we see here as well. So I just wanted to share that image because I thought it was quite powerful, and I actually had a different background image all ready to go for our background today, but when I saw this image in the telegram, I said, oh, that's the image for today, and I changed it. So
Beautiful. Thank you, Claudia, my dear, for sharing this beauty. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you. Sorry, can I next little words from the people asking questions? I am not a doctor. I remember it. Mr. Keshe is a medical condition. It's only to the doctor, but I suggested you think find the 7 protocols sharing us maybe 1 year ago from the doctor and use a protocol for the people balancing the emotions. At that moment, principally because many people suffering last virus, energy packet with corona, sorry, uh, suffering many changed emotions, maybe use that protocol for that problem in US now. I don't know what chat you be part, the American or in that moment, maybe share in that chat, but I don't know what chat you be part in Telegram. Thank you.
mentions the case I'm sharing with you is not just about spirituality and emotion. There are death reports of causing from it. Well, that's exactly why you need to work with your emotion and spirituality, because the soul is senior to the physicality, and the emotion is also senior to the physicality. And if you can work through the emotion, which is that connection between the physicality and soul, then you prevent the death unless the soul has already predetermined that that's the way that the physicality is going to go, in which case there's not much you can do about it because, like I say, the soul is superior. It decides. So by working with those things, you can prevent the death reports because people can build their own. Once you know who you are, really, then you can make decisions on how you go about your life, and you won't be affected by these so-called mind control people, because they're working with the mind and not the soul.
And yes, of course, my dear Rick, death is also the system of mind control. And it is happening to all of us, you know, from eons. This is the controlling system they have. We have to come out. This is massive, always happening from eons. But now we understand the process of transmutation. transformation and transition. Understand there is no death now. So thank you, Babak. Thank you, my
Yeah,
dear.
yeah, and Babak, I had heard a report again from a couple of knowledge seekers this week, and not related to each other, from different parts of the world. One was very distressed about a teenage family member, continuing issues, and so on and so forth. And the other one was someone who had received a very severe threat against her person. And they were both very distressed. And after they had gone through the system, they both reported independently of how balanced they became. So if your situation gets out of control, you may want to get in touch with the office at de.kfwellness.center, or you may want to take a flight session and balance the condition or improve it.
Thank you, Mark, my dear. Thank you so much.
Right. Both of these people were interacting with the wellness center in Linz, I believe.
Oh, really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful souls. Now we can go to the next presentation, my dear. So here are the services. We are here to serve, not to be served. So this is the knowledge. This is the key to come out of this mind control. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Swagatam to the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome to the beautiful energy, beautiful beauty and totality of all souls in existence, all in love together. Welcome to this oneness of one planet, one mission, one race. For this beauty and totality, my dear. Thank you for the present, as you are present always with your beautiful souls here. Thank you so much. This is the Universal Council. Join, jump in, love this knowledge. Join Keshe Foundation. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Sweta. And thank you to everyone from the Universal Council, the support members and members of the Universal Council for presenting another wonderful show here, number 366 in a continuing series of weekly shows of the One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace. And we thank you, everyone, for being here today and participating in our presentation. And yes, thank you. And thank you to Babak for that question. I think that was important to address, and thank you for everyone to answer that. And our next public teaching workshop will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which is Wednesday starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And we usually go for several hours of interacting about topics of the plasma kind. And we invite people to show their replications of the plasma technology, as well as bring any questions or comments you would like to address in that avenue. Again, that's 7 a.m. Tomorrow, February 19th, 2025. And let's see, I think that's it for now with announcements. So we'll go into our usual
How about some
exit plan here. A bit of song and dance.
bit of dance, a bit of clap. Enjoy, beautiful souls. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you, my
Hopefully
dear.
it will invigorate other excuse me, others as well. All right. Bye for now, everyone.